We are dissecting why supporters are feeling shaken by this circumstance and why it appears that Martell left with no choice except Arionne Curry. You won't want to miss some of these facts, so pay attention to the very end. Let's get the interview started. A straightforward question was posed to Martell. What makes him like Arionne Curry? And you would think he would have a few phrases prepared after all these years of dating and the time he spent developing a relationship. However, he was unable to think of a single well-reasoned response. He appeared disoriented, just stared, and even took a sip of wine in the middle of the conversation as though it would help. "I like that she's a good mom," was all he could say at one point. That's it. All he could say was that. Nothing about her personality, how she makes him feel, or the happiness she brings into his life. That alone tells you a lot about how this relationship is going. A man will understand why he is in love with a lady. He can discuss her attributes, his feelings towards her, and the ways she enhances his life. Martell, however, was unable to do that with Arionne. Fans took note. Those who saw the interview were taken aback since it was evident that he was shaky, uncertain, and trapped. This is the same man who, while discussing his ex-wife, Melody Shari, and their life together, used to light up like a Christmas tree. Martell's face still lights up with joy when he thinks of Melody, even after all these years and for gorgeous kids. And that's the argument that strikes home the most. Martell appears to be with Arionne Curry because he has no other choice, not because he has a genuine emotional bond with him. Some people believe that she is being used in this relationship. And it's obvious when you see him find it difficult to explain why he likes her. More than anything else, Arionne's involvement in Martell's life seems to be superficial. She stays because she is becoming more well-known and relevant. But it appears that Martell is unable to provide her a genuine, meaningful connection. The fact that Martell's actions still harm Melody Shari and the public's opinion of him is what makes this situation even more worrisome. In addition to his lengthy series of dubious decisions, he has already been embroiled in controversies. Even his earlier attempts to manipulate events and reveal Melody's personal details have been brought up by fans, which is unacceptable. Melody has shown that she is capable of overcoming everything, starting a profitable company and keeping her dignity. In contrast, Martell appears disoriented, trapped, and unable to express true affection for anyone in his life at this time. It's also telling how he describes Arionne. He is unable to explain her identity or the feelings she arouses in him. His only comment is that she's a nice mother. That's all. Nothing more. A good relationship cannot be built on that foundation. If you have a deep connection with someone, you are aware of their unique qualities. You can enumerate their attributes, including their personality, humor, and the happiness they bring into your life. Martell is unable to achieve that, though. Fans who have previously backed Arionne find it difficult to watch this unfold because it appears like he is being used. It's also critical to consider the wider picture. Martell thinks back on Melody, gets excited when he recalls how they first met, and even displays nostalgia for their better days. The fact is that even though he is no longer with Melody, he still bears the memories of her. Although there is affection between them and for children, Melody and Arionne still have a stronger emotional bond. For viewers, this makes the interview seem awkward and depressing. It stands in sharp contrast to his discussion of his present relationship. According to some admirers, Martell's connection with Arionne is an attempt to annoy Melody. It appears like he is trying to get revenge on his ex-wife by having a side chick or someone to show off. But since Melody has moved on, this strategy isn't working. She has developed her business, grown, and demonstrated that she can succeed without Martell. Arionne, however, is confined to this circumstance, which also doesn't seem to be good. For her, Martell is in a vulnerable situation because he is unable to express his sentiments. Let's now discuss the audience's response. Martell has received harsh criticism from fans. Social media users are criticizing his actions, his shallow emotions, and his incapacity to act like an adult in a relationship. He is trash, according to several tweets, and Melody is quite entitled to move on and prosper without him. In all honesty, it's difficult to disagree after viewing this interview. The emotional immaturity is obvious. Here, even Martell's prior deeds are significant. The way he treated Melody both during and after their divorce has greatly influenced how the public views him. Fans have seen trends that make it hard to feel sorry for him, such as harassment and the disclosure of private information. Since he is unable to provide a straightforward response on Arionne in this interview, it is clear that this man is emotionally unavailable, potentially narcissistic, and utterly unsuitable for a committed relationship. Nor is this merely conjecture. You can tell he's disengaged when you watch him speak. He becomes animated when discussing Melody, yet he is unable to speak intelligibly about Arionne. That provides all the information you require. Not only did Melody raise his kids, but he also felt an emotional connection to her. Martell and Arionne seem to lack that connection, which is nonetheless quite powerful, because he lacks any other significant emotional outlet. Fans believe that his only viable choice is to remain with her. You have to wonder where Arionne stands in all of this at this point. It's evident that Martell isn't providing a genuine emotional partnership, even though she seems to be playing her part, perhaps for influence or relevance. Although she may believe she has taken a married man, she has actually chosen a man who is emotionally unavailable and yet bound to his past. This throws the connection out of balance, leaving everyone in the audience perplexed and worried. At this point, viewers can learn a lesson from it. The risks of dating someone for the wrong motives are illustrated by Martell's circumstance. Even if you are physically there, a relationship is doomed if you are unable to communicate your feelings for the person you are with or why you love them. Sincere communication and an emotional bond are crucial. Melody Shari moved on because she was aware of this. Martell is still having difficulties with Arionne and has obviously failed to learn from his mistakes. Martell's interview was described by fans as a mixture of discomfort, perplexity, and nostalgia. He recalled good times spent with Melody, but he was unable to apply those memories to his present circumstances. It hurt to see that contrast. And the more you consider it, the more you see that Martell is with Arionne because he has nobody else to turn to emotionally, not because he is in love. Although it's a difficult pill to accept, that is the truth. It's also important to note that this story involves Martell's kids. Despite his own struggles, he still has fatherhood duties to fulfill. Melody continues to put the kids and her personal development first, demonstrating to her admirers how to deal with challenging circumstances in a graceful manner. Martell, however, is caught in a pattern of making bad emotional decisions. Seeing him struggle in this interview just serves to emphasize how crucial emotional intelligence and self-awareness are in interpersonal relationships. For viewers, the lesson is obvious. You should be able to articulate your feelings for the person you love if you are in a relationship. Martell's relationship with Arionne is dubious at best because she was unable to accomplish it. Conversely, Melody freed herself from emotional control and developed into an independent individual. Fans continue to back her and criticize Martell's decisions because of this disparity. It's clear at the end of this interview that Martell is in a difficult situation. In addition to failing in the present and perhaps using Arionne as a stand-in for something he lost with Melody, he is thinking back on the past. Fans undoubtedly have strong opinions about it, and it's complicated and perplexing. Understanding Martell's behavior provides insight into the kind of emotional awareness and communication that is crucial in relationships, which is why it's crucial to watch this film through to the finish. What can we infer from the circumstances of Martell and Arionne, then? First, it's all about the emotional connection. The relationship is unstable if you are unable to explain your love for someone beyond surface-level considerations. Second, current effort cannot be replaced by nostalgia. Though it doesn't help him just now, Martell gets excited when he thinks of Melody. Third, it is not love to be with someone for convenience or influence. Even if Arionne seems to be becoming more relevant, the relationship isn't genuine. Melody Shari is still a role model for how to deal with heartbreak and go on. While Martell finds it difficult to justify his feelings for his present partner, she has created her life, her career, and her confidence. Fans are chatting, tweeting, and reacting to this interview so passionately because of this. Every spectator can take something away from this glaring case study on emotional maturity or lack thereof. And I would like to hear from you before I conclude.